In 1890, London seems worlds away from the West Riding of Yorkshire. But on this day, certain sinister events far away in the capital become of vital interest to the Flaxton boys. And Flaxton Hall is suddenly brought uncomfortably close to the streets of Whitechapel. At this moment, however, Peter Weeks has something else on his mind. The strange behaviour of the man who claims to be the heir to Flaxton Hall, Jacqueline Flaxton.
What are you doing?
Good morning, Master Weeks. This door appears to be locked.
That's right.
Any idea of why?
It's Jonathan's old room.
Oh, kept exactly as it was, I suppose.
I suppose it is.
Have you, any idea what happened to the key? No? The dear departed Jonathan seems to cast a very long shadow over this house. Does your father ever speak of him?
They were friends when they were young.
And did he tell you why Jonathan went away?
He had some sort of quarrel with his father. Nobody seems to know what it was about.
Well, they'll have no chance of making it up now, will they?
Mr. Flaxton?
Yes.
You didn't answer my question.
And what question was that?
Why were you trying to get into Jonathan's room?
Why were you trying to get into Jonathan's room, sir?
Why were you trying to get into Jonathan's room, sir?
Well, I'll tell you, Peter. Locked doors have always been both a mystery and a challenge to me. A challenge I find it impossible to resist.
So you'll try again, sir?
Sarah, listen to this. Whitechapel murderer believed to be travelling to the north. A man answering to the description of the Whitechapel murderer, known as Jack the Ripper, has been seen by a witness travelling on the Great North Road just west of Doncaster.
Mercy me.
Police throughout the West Riding of Yorkshire have been alerted and are looking for a black-bearded man wearing a black top hat and cape and carrying a black bag.
Oh, Jack the Ripper in these parts.
This man is wanted for questioning in connection with the murder of several women in the East End of London during the past year.
Oh, it's enough to scare a body to death. You just make sure you lock up well tonight, Archie.
It only says answering a description of. They don't even say it is Jack the Ripper.
Even so, you check all the doors twice before you come up to bed.
Do you think he'll come here, Mother?
Peter Weeks. How many times have I told you not to listen to other people's conversations?
I didn't mean to. Father was reading, and you keep telling me it's rude to interrupt.
He's got you there, lass.
Get away. You're as bad as he is.
Father? I don't trust Jacqueline.
Why?
Jacqueline is a friend of Sir Tarquin's.
How do you know that?
I saw them talking on the road.
Well, they probably met by accident.
No, I'm sure they'd arranged to meet.
How can you be sure? Did you hear what they were saying?
No, but I bet they were talking about Jonathan.
I expect their meeting was a coincidence.
You don't really believe that, do you, Father?
What I believe or don't believe is no concern of yours. Now, go and have your breakfast. I've got work to do.
Father?
What is it now?
Tell me about Jack the Ripper.
Well...
Black beard, top hat, and a cape. I shouldn't like to bump into him on a dark night.
Me neither.
Suppose he came up here.
Don't be daft. It only said he was coming up north. It could end up anywhere.
Why do they call him Jack the Ripper?
That's what he calls himself. My father says he's written lots of letters to the police, saying he's going to kill again, but they've never caught him.
Must be pretty clever, then.
And lucky, nobody's ever seen his face.
I bet it's all twisted with a glass eye and a scar down his cheek and a cruel slit for a mouth.
No, he must look like everybody else. Otherwise, the women would have run away from him.
Yes, that's another thing. Why does he always kill women?
Doesn't like them, I suppose.
Neither do I, but I don't go around killing them.
You like some women? Suling, for instance.
Yes. Hope she wasn't mixed up in the opium business.
So do I. For our sake as well as hers.
Why's that?
She may be able to find out more about Jonathan.
We haven't got very far with clues.
Come on, then.
Where are we off?
Back to Jonathan's old room. It's time we had a look in that globe again.
Morning, Weeks.
Morning. Nice day for a ride. Going towards Stilgo Lodge, are you?
Stilgo Lodge, where's that?
You've not heard of it?
No, should I have done?
Well, most people hereabouts know Sir Tarquin. His family have lived at the lodge for years.
Oh, really? Most people hereabouts have the advantage of me. Morning, Weeks.
I'll keep guard when you get the key. Someone's coming! Just go the other way. Let's have a look. It's Locket. I read a story about a Locket once. You press somewhere on the side and... Hey, presto.
Anything inside?
A picture of a woman.
We've seen her somewhere before.
Yes, but where?
It was in the cellar, underneath the smithies.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was the same woman.
No, I don't mean it wasn't. Just, well, I didn't see it there. I've seen her somewhere else.
Well, we can't think here. Let's take the locket and go. It's for me.
Open it then.
It's from Sulin. She says, "Dear Peter, meet me at Barnaby's cottage this afternoon. I've discovered something interesting."
Something interesting. Must be about Jonathan.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Suling's probably on her way there now.
I'll race you to the cottage.
Yes, indeed, Sir Tarquin. You have a very desirable home. I have always had a great admiration for taste and elegance.
People who lack those qualities usually do.
I beg your pardon.
As for me, Mr. Flaxton, I admire competence and ambition.
Quite so.
In this world, a man can only survive if he takes what he wants, regardless of the consequences.
Exactly.
The rich fruits of this earth are within everyone's grasp. But so few have the courage or the sense to grasp them. Forgive me. Being a churlish host, you will find a tolerable sherry there. Do pour yourself a glass. As I was saying, the earth is bountiful, above and below the ground.
and the meek do not always inherit.
Nicely put.
And yet, Sir Tarquin, however competent or ambitious a man may be, he cannot always stand alone. He must sometimes seek the cooperation of others to achieve his ends.
Yes, I take your point. But the truly competent man will always maintain his role as leader. Others may assist. They do not direct.
However, they may share in the rewards.
If they do as they are told.
They'd be foolish to do otherwise.
And I cannot abide fools, Mr. Flaxton.
A toast, Sir Tarquin. To the ambitious, the competent, and the fruits of this bounteous earth.
May I add to the damnation of fools, Mr. Flaxton. Now, if you will forgive me, it is late.
Yes, I must get back. I should like to see you again soon.
Whenever you wish. But be discreet about coming here.
Oh, yes. However, I have no quarrel with the Stilgos.
There are others who have.
May I call on you tomorrow?
No, I shall be away on business, perhaps the next day.
Very well.
Good day, Mr. Flaxton.
Good day, Sir Tarquin.
What's happened? What's the matter?
Someone following me in the woods. Did you see who it was? No, only heard footsteps. Didn't stop running till I got here.
I wonder what he was after.
This perhaps. What is it? Well, you remember Chow Fong, one of my clerks?
The man who tried to kill us in the cellar.
Yes, well, he's in prison now, and I've been going through his files at the office. I discovered he's been receiving money regularly from Fuchao in China.
That's where the jade came from.
Yeah.
Yes, but there's more to it than that. The drafts are all signed by a man called John Fulton. This one's just arrived. I thought you might like to see it.
John Fulton.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
Not the name, perhaps, but what about the initials?
JF. Jonathan Flaxton!
Of course, it could just be a coincidence, but somehow I don't think so.
There's one made to make sure. See if John Fulton's writing and the writing in the diary are the same.
Yes. Can we borrow this, Suling?
No, it isn't mine, so I must make sure it doesn't get lost. But if you bring the diary here tomorrow, I will bring this draft back, and then we can compare them.
All right. Same time, then.
I will be here.
Hello, lads. Hello, Suling.
She's found a clue.
What?
She's found a clue.
What's that?
Someone called John Fulton is sending money over from China.
John Fulton. JF. The same initials as Jonathan's.
We're meeting here tomorrow to compare John Fulton's writing with the writing in the diary.
And if they are the same, that means that Jonathan is still alive.
Ah, that would seem to settle it one way or another.
Yes. Bye, Suling.
Bye, see you tomorrow.
Bye.
You know something, Suling? Either I'm going mad or there's someone been prowling about in them woods.
Yes, I know.
Mother,
Yes, dear.
I saw Jack the Ripper last night.
Now then, Peter, let's have no prevarications.
I did, across the lake. He was just standing there staring at me.
Looking at your dirty fingernails, I shouldn't wonder. Oh, you and your imagination. Pick up that duster for me, will you, love? Thank you, dear.
You don't believe me, do you?
Oh, I believe you. Thousands wouldn't.
He followed me home last night. I heard his footsteps behind me.
That's what comes of having big ears.
Do you think I'm making it all up?
I think you saw what you wanted to see. That's all.
But I didn't. It was him, I promise you.
Now, Peter, listen. You'll stop this nonsense right now. Do you hear? You'll talk yourself into a state. Jack the Ripper at Flaxton Hall. Whatever next?
So you've both seen him?
Yes.
And he was just standing there outside both your houses?
Yes.
What ought we to do, Barnaby? Go to the police?
I don't rightly know yet.
We can't wait till he kills someone.
I bet I know what's in that black bag of his.
So do I. Knives,
Daggers,
razors.
stilettos.
You old hard lads, you'll frighten yourselves to death.
The thing I can't understand is, why is he after us? He's only supposed to have killed women before.
Perhaps he's lying in wait for one.
Yes, perhaps he came to our houses to see if there was anyone about.
Well, he's wasting his time.
Suling!
What time did she say she'd be here?
Same time as yesterday.
And she's late. It's not like Suling. We'd best go look for her. Track close now, lads.
Look! A caravan!
Right, quiet now, lads.
It's Suling!
I insist! You must!
All right,
you
you.
must!
Put your hands up.
May I ask the reason for this intrusion?
Quiet. You're right, Suling.
Yes, thank you.
Who are you? What do you want?
The question is, who are you?
I don't see that's any concern of yours.
Oh, you don't, eh?
No, you're trespassing on my property.
Here's the bag, Barnaby.
Right, take a look, lads. Not used to being interrupted in the middle of your dirty work, eh?
Dirty work? What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. What's your name?
There's just a lot of paper.
Come on. What's your name?
It's none of your business.
I warn you, I've got a very unsteady hand.
John Pritchard.
John, the same as Jack.
Jack the Ripper.
I beg your pardon?
Jack the Ripper? No, David, you got it all wrong.
What do you mean?
He isn't Jack the Ripper.
Of course I'm not.
Well, who is he then?
That is who he is.
My drink is water bright.
The National Temperance League. He's the secretary.
What's he dressed like that for?
I am dressed like this because it is the sober attire proper to a gentleman of my beliefs.
But I still don't understand. What did he want with you, Suling?
He wanted me to sign the pledge.
The pledge?
One of those pieces of paper.
My life's work is persuading young persons to swear that they will never touch the demon alcohol. If I can reach them before a drop of the devil's brew is past their lips, I will have saved them from the most pernicious evil, eternal damnation.
Crikey.
The most pernicious evil, eternal damnation.
I did feel a fool.
Well, it's his own fault. He shouldn't have been prowling around like that.
And I could have been in danger. Next time I might really need you.
Next time, stay away from men with beards and top hats.
I will do my best.
Suling, I brought the diary.
Oh, and here's the draft.
Good. Now let's have a look at them together.
What do you think? The signature's very like the writing.
But not exactly the same.
Oh, do not forget the diary is 12 years old.
Yes, people's writing does change. The same person could have written them both.
But it doesn't prove anything one way or the other.
No, we're back where we started.
Not quite. If this man, Jonathan, is Fulton, then we can take a guess as to what might have happened to him.
He got a job with the South China Trading Company.
Settled in Foochow and sent the jade to England.
Do you think he had anything to do with the opium business?
No. From what my father told me, he never got into trouble with the law.
There's still the locket.
Yeah.
Here. Where'd you get that?
In the globe with the other things. There's a woman's picture in it.
Oh, she's a lovely-looking lass.
Have you ever seen her before, Barnaby?
I'd certainly remember if I had.
Suling?
No.
Perhaps Jonathan was in love with her. Or...
Wait a minute. I know where I've seen that photo before.
Where?
At Stilgo Lodge.
Stilgo Lodge?
Only thing is, I can't remember just where.
Well, let's go and find out.
Right, Sir Tarquin's gone to Leeds for the day, so we'll have the place to ourselves for a bit.
Good. Bye, Barnaby. Bye, Suling. Thanks for bringing the draft.
And good luck. Thanks.
Hey, look, take care of mine.
I have a strong feeling it was somewhere in here.
In one of these drawers, perhaps.
Don't touch them!
It's locked.
Don't! All right.
What are you doing in here?
We were looking for something.
You must be David. This is your guardian's study, David. What do you think he would do if he knew you were going through his desk?
I don't know.
I do. He'd give you a good whipping. One you richly deserve. Who are you?
We're Pete.
Peter Weeks.
From Flaxton Hall.
Then you'd better make yourself scarce. While you still have the chance.
Go on, Peter. I'll be all right.
Well, David, a somewhat inauspicious beginning to our relationship. But we must hope for an improvement, mustn't we?
Why, who are you?
I'm your new governess.
Looking at her cold and ruthless face, she could mean the beginning of the end to the friendship between David Stilgo and Peter Weeks.